No, Commander.
You didn't see them. It's a discipline that is causing problems.
Everybody, put your weapon on safety.
His wife should not see that video. His children should not see that video. Oh, God.
I'm going to ask Kotiguma and every other person out there crying, what has our tears done? What has our tears done? There should be a protest to remove Tinubu. Nobody wants to say it. Everybody is scared. There should be a mass movement to unseat Tinubu.
President Tinubu, I think it is time for you to resign now. Why do you feel comfortable being president over a failed nation?
The Senate is supposed to be calling Tinubu National Assembly. It's supposed to be calling Tinubu and saying to Tinubu, Nigerians are dying.
So by all means, please, that video has to go off the media. We cannot watch a brigadier general being executed like a chicken.
First of all, I'm glad that something like this came up. Whenever I'm making videos like this, most people feel like I'm just talking. I don't know what they talk about, not just content that they create. This is not content for me.
Jesus Christ! Are you not human? Even if you are paid to do this media work, are you not human?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. I've been long waiting to talk about this late Brigadier General Musa Uba that were executed by bandits of Fulani, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, or whatsoever. You know the story surrounding it. So I came across this particular video. I've been working on different kinds of videos, but I couldn't just lay my hands to talk about him particularly, what happened and how is it a big slap on Nigeria. I came across this particular video of Tony Talk Crime. So when I watched this video, I couldn't just slide. I couldn't just go by. I said, no, there is too much details in this particular video that I want you all to watch. At the end, I will be right back to tell you what personally I learned from this, and we'll be right back. I want you guys to watch.
The disappearance of a high-ranking military officer sent shockwaves across Nigeria, but what happened in those final moments before he vanished would reveal a disturbing truth that the military may have tried to hide from the public. On the afternoon of November 15, 2025, Brigadier General M. Uba was leading his troops on what should have been a routine patrol. The commander of the 25th Task Force Brigade had taken his men deep into the dangerous areas around Wajiroko village in Damboa local government area of Borno State. This was territory where the terrorist group known as the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, operated freely, but General Uba was no stranger to danger. He had led multiple operations across Nigeria, earning his rank through years of brave service. The convoy was said to have departed Damboa town around 2 p.m. that Friday. It consisted of 2 Hilux vehicles, 2 armored personnel carriers, several motorcycles, and both soldiers and members of the Civilian Joint Task Force (CJTF). They were returning from a successful patrol within the surrounding areas of the Sambisa forest when everything went terribly wrong. Around 5 p.m., as the convoy moved along Bill Road near Sabongari, the terrorists struck. Hidden along the route, ISWAP fighters opened sustained heavy fire on the unsuspecting troops. The attack was sudden and brutal. Bullets were reportedly sprayed on the convoy from all directions as the terrorists unleashed their weapons with deadly precision. In the chaos of gunfire and explosions, 4 men fell, 2 brave soldiers and 2 CJTF operatives were killed on the spot. The remaining troops fought back fiercely, trying to break through the ambush, but in the confusion and smoke of battle, something unprecedented happened. Brigadier General Uba, the highest-ranking officer present at the scene, became separated from his men. As his troops scattered to survive the onslaught, General Uba found himself alone in hostile territory. He had managed to escape the immediate point of attack, but now he was stranded in an area controlled by one of the most dangerous terrorist groups in Nigeria. What happened next would become the subject of intense speculation and deep controversy. The general had his phone with him. In those desperate hours, he used WhatsApp to contact military signals in order to coordinate a rescue. In messages that would later be revealed, General Uba seemed to have remained remarkably calm despite his dire situation. He asked his coordinating team whether they would pick him up or direct him on where to go. He provided updates on his phone battery level, which was at 31% at the time. In what would turn out to be his final messages, he told his colleagues that he was on foot but would raise his peak cap once he saw the aircraft coming to rescue him. A helicopter was reportedly dispatched to locate and extract the general. military sources confirmed that he had even made a video call to confirm that he was still alive and also shared his live location with colleagues. Air support was deployed immediately and troops from Operation Hadin Kai raced against time to reach him before the terrorists could find him. But something went wrong. Despite having his location, the rescue teams could not locate him. Some sources believe that his phone either died or was seized by the terrorists. What is clear is that somewhere in those dark hours, the general fell into the hands of ISWAP fighters. Meanwhile, word began spreading on social media that General Uba had been kidnapped. The rumor spread like wildfire, causing panic among military families as well as the general public. A brigade commander had not gone missing like this for some years now, and this left people with so many questions in mind. The Nigerian army moved quickly to control the narrative. On Saturday, November 16, 2025, Lieutenant Colonel Apollonia Anele, the acting director of Army Public Relations, released an official statement. The army insisted that General Uba had bravely fought through the ambush with superior firepower, forcing the terrorists to withdraw. According to the statement, the general had successfully led his troops back to base after the attack. The army strongly denied that the brigade commander had been abducted. They called the reports circulating online a fake narrative and urged the public to disregard them. The chief of army staff even saluted the uncommon bravery and resilience of the troops, praising their sacrifice. But the truth was far different from what the army was telling Nigerians. Just days after the army's denial, ISWAP released a video that shocked the nation. The terrorist group showed footage of Brigadier General Uba in their captivity. The general, who the army claimed had returned safely to base, was very much in the hands of the terrorists. ISWAP also released two pictures designed to be in comparison. One showed the general sitting on the ground, looking weary and defeated. Another picture showed him in his office before his capture, a reminder of the authority and the rank he once held. The terrorist group wanted to humiliate not just the general, but the entire Nigerian military. Homango, a respected news organization, had analyzed the images and confirmed that they were indeed authentic. They had obtained verified evidence showing the commander in ISWAP custody with a gunshot wound to his leg. The image showed him surrounded by armed fighters, appearing exhausted but alive. This showed that the Nigerian army statement had been false all along. The capture of General Uba was unprecedented. A brigadier general is a one-star general who commands an entire brigade or regiment. This rank represents one of the senior commissioned officers in the Nigerian army, held only by those who entered the military through the Nigerian Defense Academy or Direct Short Service Commission. For such a high-ranking officer to be captured alive was both an operational disaster and a massive embarrassment for the military. Then came the worst news of all. ISWAP claimed they had executed Brigadier General Uba. Shortly after, a video began circulating on social media showing the horrifying moment when the general was killed with a single shot to the head. The terrorists had interrogated him briefly before carrying out the summary execution. The death of General Uba means that he became the highest-ranking Nigerian military officer to be killed by terrorists since 2021. 4 years earlier, another brigadier general had been killed, along with 3 soldiers, while fighting off an ISWAP attack in Borno State. But the circumstances of General Uba's death raised far more disturbing questions. Questions like, how did a brigade commander, surrounded by troops and with access to air support, end up being captured and eliminated by terrorists? The answers remain unclear, but many theories have emerged. Some people allege that General Uba's location had been leaked to the terrorists. They believed he was sold out by someone with inside knowledge of the operation, because it would have been difficult for the terrorists to have known exactly where to set up their ambush without knowing that he and his troops would be passing through that route. Others pointed to a possible security breach. An intelligence source believes that ISWAP may have intercepted his WhatsApp communications and then tracked his location through his phone. Many questioned why it took so long for the helicopter to locate the general. He had provided his exact location and also remained in contact for some time. Yet, despite this information, the rescue teams could not find him before it became too late. Some observers also noticed something suspicious in the WhatsApp screenshot that was leaked. A part of the messages appeared to have been deleted. People speculated that the missing portions might have contained the exact moment when the handler asked the general for his exact location. The truth is that nobody truly knows how General Uba ended up getting captured and also executed. The Nigerian army is yet to provide a full explanation of what actually went wrong that day. The conflicting reports, the initial denial, and the lack of transparency have only fueled more suspicions and questions. But perhaps the most frightening aspect of this tragedy goes beyond the death of one man, no matter how high his rank. The ramifications are far more severe and troubling because, think about it, if ISWAP terrorists can ambush, capture and execute a brigadier general who had air support, troops and communication equipment, what hope do ordinary civilians have? General Uba had training, weapons, backup and the full resources of the Nigerian military behind him, yet he still fell victim to the terrorists. What does this say about the safety of regular people living in areas where these groups operate? If a whole general with all his protection could not escape, what now becomes the fate of farmers, traders, women and children who have no protection at all? The execution of Brigadier General Uba exposed the harsh reality that the fight against terrorism in northeastern Nigeria is far from over. Despite years of military operations and billions spent on security, the terrorists remain capable of carrying out sophisticated attacks that can take down even the most senior military officers without any challenge. This is seriously disturbing. What are your thoughts on this case? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories.
A lot of you might just watch this particular video from a different perspective, through emotions, to feel pity, or to express their concern in a manner or a way he was executed. But did you guys focus on the parts where the narrator, which is the Tony, said that he sent his live location to his squad, and he even sent a picture to confirm that he's alive? Unfortunately, he was later captured and they executed him. That part stood out for me, not the story. How did they know his whereabouts? Because for somebody to send his live location, that means he was hiding. Could his live location be shared to the bandits? Could it be shared to the enemy? Me, I don't know. But it will be left for you guys to decide after you watch this particular video I'm about to show to you. This is a military person who came out to express, I don't even know if he's a military man, but some people say he's a military man, I don't know. In his story, he narrated how Nigerian soldiers have been instructed not to execute or lay hands on Fulani herdsmen. All they need to do, whether you are bandits, Boko Haram, Fulani, Al-Qaeda's, ISWAP, Jihadis, whatever body that you are connected to, the only thing you are allowed to do is to capture them alive. Even with their sophisticated weapon, all you need to do is to capture them alive and bring it to the organ that are sponsoring them. Don't execute them. Now, they will rehabilitate these people and put them back in the army, and this is why something like this is happening. I want you guys to watch this video.
First of all, I'm glad that something like this came up. Whenever I'm making videos like this, most people feel like I'm just talking. I don't know what they talk about, and I just content that they create. This is not content for me. I know what I am saying. Now, soldiers are complaining that bandits in the army are giving out information to their former commanders. I don't talk this thing tired before. You go arrest a known bandit, they don't give you order to unalive them, so you know go against that order. So you hand over these bandits to the right authority for them to do the needful. But instead, they go carry and go camp. After some months, they go say, don't repent, he's not a good person. The next thing, they go put her inside army. Not just, they go put them inside army, or they put them for police. In fact, they separate them. Some go army, some go police, some go navy, some go air force. Special candidates. Person where you arrest like 8 months ago, today is now your colleague. When I did the same duty. So how can you be so comfortable that these same terrorists will watch your back if anything happens? This person, they are still loyal to their former commanders. Their terrorist commanders, they are loyal to them. Now the reason why these soldiers go make plans on how to launch an attack, the next thing, they don't hear everything. They know everything when it happen. They know the kind of weapon where they base. They know numbers of soldiers where they around. They know everything. Courtesy of the so-called repentant Boko Haram that the government push into the military. To do what? To fight their fellow, their not even formal colleagues. They are still colleagues. It just be like you send somebody undercover to, work with the enemy. That's what they are doing. They are still loyal to the commanders. They still do dirty work for them. I say you go plan something. Men go plan something. After they finish that meeting, they don't bandits or Boko and don't hear everything. How you want to take fight that can fight? How you want to achieve your aim with saboteurs they inside your camp? Think about it. These people are terrorists. They were caught. They did not go to prison. They went for military training. And now they are soldiers working together with the same soldiers that arrested them. But they are still loyal to their former terrorist commanders, giving out information. If soldiers they pass here, bandit Boko Haram don't know that road they pass, they'll lay ambush. Come on, Nigerian government, come on. Come on. What are we doing?
Now you have watched what he said. It is still left for you either to believe what I'm thinking, not that I know, but I'm just thinking it. This live location might be shared, or that information that he shared to the WhatsApp group. Remember, he did not send it to one, he sent it to the group. They must have shared this live location to the bandits. And through the live location, they trace him, they capture him, execute him, and post the video online for the whole world to see. Brigadier General Musa were executed, and that was a big slap. Now, the whole thing have caused controversy, like Scott Iguma. When Scott Iguma was talking about it, I can see the pain in his heart. He's not his brother, neither his relative or in-law. But as a concerned Nigerian, he expressed his pains and grievances towards this insecurity, and I want you guys to watch what Scott Iguma said. We'll be right back.
Now, yesterday, I saw the video of the execution of Brigadier General Umba. And honestly, immediately I saw that video, the first thing that could come to me was I just burst into tears. And I knelt down and prayed to God for my country. Now, before I say anything about that video, firstly, to the federal government and to the Ministry of Defense, by all means, we have to take that video off social media. Off the media, by all means. That's not a honorable way for any soldier to die. How much more a brigadier general? In case some of you don't understand, a brigadier general is the 4th highest rank in the military. Okay, if you add field marshal join, then it is the 5th, but there is usually no field marshal anywhere. So the first rank is a general, then you have a lieutenant general, then you have a major general, and then you have a brigadier general. So the video of the execution of a brigadier general online is, I don't know how to express it, but if a soldier see that, it will crumble the morale of any soldier. That's just the honest truth, in case you don't understand. It will destroy the morale of any soldier. And if the morals of our soldiers are destroyed, then it doesn't matter the weapon or the intelligence you give to them, they will not be able to fight against a colony of ants. Because no morale. So by all means, please, that video has to go off the media. We cannot watch a brigadier general being executed like a chicken. His wife should not see that video. His children should not see that video. Oh, God. Anyways, I'm not going to advise our leaders or our president and governors on what to do. Honestly, there's nothing to say to you, because what we are now reaping is the reward of corruption, the reward of tribalism. What we are reaping now is the reward of, refusing to invest in education, refusing to invest in see, if a brigadier general could be executed, then you are not safe. Nobody is safe in this country. It's not a situation we should take lightly. If a brigadier general can be executed and the footage is released on the media, then nobody is safe. Even the president is not safe. The governor is not safe. You that is in your house, you are not safe. It's so sad what our country has turned into. It's the reward of the corruption. It's the consequences. Refusing to invest in it. Because all these things cause the terrorism. All these things. And I don't even want to go to the depth of how it was you know, I was executed, because apparently I had I've not investigated properly, but the little investigation I've done, they were ambushed by terrorists, by ISWAP, and they managed to escape. And then he sent his coordinates, or wherever he was, to, you know, his base. And before his base could come, terrorists don't reach there. So, is it that they intercept the signal, or is it that there's a more? Yeah, it's possible there should be a more in the military. Is it that there's a more that could send ISWAP his coordinates or his location, and then they got to him before his base could get to him, and then the next thing is an execution of a brigadier general. Rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace.
Scott Guman have said his own part. In tears, couldn't just hold it as a man. You that is watching this particular video might feel less concerned. Why? Because you live in the Central V. You live in the capital city. You are well secured and protected because it's not happening around you. But an injury to one is an injury to all. That is why we must join voice together. Once they are done, once they are done in the villages, what is left? They come to town. Now, I want you guys to watch this particular video of Mama P. What he said in reaction to what Scott Guma said, and from Scott Guma reaction to the Brigadier General Musa. I want you guys to watch it. We'll be right back.
I saw Scott Iguma crying and talking about the killing of the Brigadier General, and I just laughed in my mind. You know why? I laughed because this is the same way I cried when I saw how police treated him. I saw his video when he was explaining how Nigerian police dehumanized him, how Nigerian police ruptured his hands out of wickedness because of P1 Real Estate Company. And I cried watching that video. I'm going to ask Scott Iguma and every other person out there crying, what has our tears done? What has our tears done? There should be a protest to remove Tinubu. Nobody wants to say it. Everybody is scared. There should be a mass movement to unseat Tinubu. And damn you if you think this is political. Oh, hell with you. May you rot in the hottest part of hell if you think this is political. People are dying. People are being kidnapped. All because of the incompetence of one person. Security now is a joke in this country. Look at the live video in Kwara State. Live. It happened live. Inside the church. There should be a safe haven for people. Yet they kill people. Kidnap people. Even the old is not spared. Children are not spared. And you think tears will bring anything back. Tears is not going to do nada. Let me also break your hearts, Nigerians. Donald Trump is not coming to save you. If you will not save yourself, trust me, you're destined for doom. If you will not come outside and save yourself, you are destined for doom. Are you seeing Nigeria? Are you seeing the pattern? It's going. We're on a free fall. Hey, just the way we have London bridges falling down, we have Nigeria bridges falling down. Down! It's okay. I was reading the comment section yesterday. I saw some APC touts. APC where God go punish. The cause that devil placed on Nigerians is APC. I saw them in the comment section saying, why are you talking like this? But it's an old video. It's an old video. That is the new propaganda you people want to bring. Oh God. See, we shouldn't be targeting just politicians. You see their supporters. You see their supporters. That is why Abatobaze will remain a bastard till he dies. For the rest of his life, he will never see peace. He will never see anything good. His descendants will reap from his wickedness. You see the supporters of bad politicians. As we are targeting bad politicians, we should be targeting their supporters. Because how are you online? On all blogs, you are typing, it's a fake video. They are trying to discredit Tinubu. They are trying to discredit Tinubu. Jesus Christ. Are you not human? Even if you are paid to do this media work, are you not human? Look at the old woman. She was running for safety. I'll live 70 years for life. I'll go die for hands of small children. I'll go die for hands of failed government. It's not just insecurity. A lot is going on. Doctors are on strike. People are missing. Education zero. Healthcare zero. What the fuck? Jesus.
Listen to what she said. As Fayose couldn't just also hold it back, he also came out to express his grievances. Now everybody is just saying, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you cannot take the bull by the horn, please resign. I'm not the one saying it. A lot of people are saying it. That is the trendy hashtag now. If you are a concerned Nigeria, please join. It takes you nothing. So just say, post a Tinubu picture, hashtag Tinubu resign. Anyway, I want you guys to watch what Isaac Fayose said. We'll be right back.
This message is for my president, President Tinubu. President Tinubu, I think it is time for you to resign now. How do you feel comfortable being president over a failed nation? How do you feel comfortable being president over kidnapping, over genocide, over losing? We are losing our gallant soldiers. How do you feel, president, over failing democracy? How do you feel being president over failing judiciary? President Tinubu, if you genuinely love Nigeria, it is time for you to resign now. President Tinubu, resign honorably now. You are not capable enough to rule our nation at this junction. Things are getting bad. Our children are getting kidnapped. People are dying every day. No hospitals, no good roads. Poverty everywhere, hardship everywhere. President Tinubu, I beg you, please, it is time for you to go. It is time for you to relax. You have done your bit. Allow young people to come in and fix this nation. This nation cannot sink under your watch. How can they kidnap children, girls? Nobody is really even talking about it. Nobody is making move. You now have soldier, a cancer in Wike, destroying our democracy under your watch. President Tinubu, our democracy has gone cuckoo. Our democracy has gone gaga under your watch. President Tinubu, it is time for you to resign now. It is time for you to resign now. How do you feel comfortable being president over poverty, multidimensional poverty? Common malaria and typhoid are taking thousands per day. Kidnappers are taking their own. Genocide are taking their own. Democracy is dying. Our judiciary are now singing, they are standing on your mandate instead of the mandate of the people. Dear President Tinubu, it is time for you to take the bold step and step aside. Let us have young people to fix our nation. We cannot continue like this. It is time for you to go. President Tinubu, resign now.
Now the whole thing have robbed the whole Nigeria. Even Senator Nigi, this is another senator that I respect so much in the whole cabinet. I respect him, I respect Adanso Shomole, and I respect few others. These are the people that owns the people issues at heart. They never stop voicing out. He took it to the parliament and also cried out to express his grievances towards the way the general were executed and the way the insecurity is moving and spreading in Nigeria. I want you guys to watch.
We lost a general, Brigadier General Uba Musa, and the videos being circulated. And 24 hours after, you saw what happened in Kebbi. What we are missing is that these people have taken advantage of our infallibility to keep getting at us. Imagine if any one of us has a daughter now in captivity in Kebbi. Will you be sleeping? Is it possible for you to survive when your own daughter is taken? And I represent Bauchi Central. Bauchi said, Mr. President, we are facing an existential threat collectively as people. And by the time we begin to procrastinate and say it is this group against this group, it is this religion against this religion, the event of the last few weeks has proven to all Nigerians that these attacks comes to any Nigerian, irrespective of tribe, region, and religion. And therefore, Mr. President, the more we begin to see ourselves as being victims of these terrorists, the better for all of us. Yesterday, we lost a general, Brigadier General Uba Musa, and the videos being circulated. And 24 hours after, we saw what happened in Kebbi. What we are missing is that these people have taken advantage of our infallibility to keep getting at us. Now we have been saddled with a responsibility going forward. Are these terrorists appeasable? Can we reach out to them? There are one school of thought who imagined that these terrorists could be reached and then discussions take place. There is another school of thought who thinks that these terrorists should be met with all the force required to meet them. And that is the entanglement, Mr. President, we're in. It is left for all of us.
You have 2 seconds remaining.
You took my 30 seconds saying, so it took the parliament like ours to come up and tell this government whether we can appease these terrorists or that we can go after these terrorists. Lives have been lost. Imagine if any one of us has a daughter now in captivity in Kebbi. Will you be sleeping? Is it possible for you to survive when your own daughter is taken? And because these daughters are not ours, we begin to be political and lackadaisical in meeting the expectations of our people. It's a bad day for me, sir. I rest my case.
Senator.
Raise this motion. Guess what? Your Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, supposed to be God's will, but he's not doing devil will. He said, you know, concern Amo. The only thing when concern I say, Nigeria, there is no place in the whole world that there is no insecurity. So if it happen for Nigeria, more not to take us serious. More start to the call Tinubu out. It is not an issue of one country, it's issue of the whole world. So the fact that people are buying the whole world, so we should also allow it to continue in Nigeria. Anyway, I want you guys to watch how Madam Yusuf Aisha, what she reacted towards the response of our Senate President. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. I'm just looking at this statement here where Akpabio said that, and he said there's no society without crime. What I'm going to say here is that, yes, there's no society without crime, but there are a lot of societies without terrorism. These are not crimes. These are terrorism. And if Akpabio thinks that it's okay for girls that were sent to school by their parents to be taken away by terrorists, then he should give he should put his children in a place where terrorists will come and pick them up. And then we'll truly know that there is no society without crime. I do not see any place where human lives will be torn down in the way that is being torn down. People who are supposed to protect lives and property. Akpabio at this moment is supposed to be calling Tinubu and saying to Tinubu, what are you doing to protect lives? The Senate is supposed to be calling Tinubu, National Assembly is supposed to be calling Tinubu and saying to Tinubu, Nigerians are dying. The National Assembly are supposed to be the people who speak directly for the people. Activists are not the people that are supposed to speak for you. You voted for people, you pay people to speak for you. Nigerians, we are sitting down and allowing these people walk all over our head because we ourselves do not even know what we are supposed to get. Every money that they collect is not for them to use it on themselves. It's not for them to be doing all sorts of things, all manner of things. It's not for them to use siren on our head. It's for them to be our voices. It's for them to carry every of our voices from every part of Nigeria and go in there to the National Assembly and deliberate on these issues. It's for every one of us to call them and say, hey, this is what is happening in our places. And they call. And when the executive The presidency does not do the things that it's supposed to do. Then we call the presidency. The people in the National Assembly are supposed to be the activists in power. They are supposed to be holding the government accountable. They are supposed to be holding executive accountable. But what we have is a collusion between those who are supposed to speak for us and those who are supposed to work for us. And at the end of the day, all they do is protect themselves. This nonsense has to stop. If Akpabio is telling us that in every society that there is crime in every society, can he bring up his children for them to kidnap them, to abduct them and take them away? Then he can really tell us that indeed, in every society that there is crime. We sit down, all that they care about is the politics of propaganda, politics of getting people into their party. That's all they care about. Politics of protecting one another and never politics of protecting the lives and properties of the people. How do